Assalamualaikum and good evening. You're now with me, Yusuf Shukri, for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. After inundating various locations in Thailand, Typhoon Kajiki has set foot in Vietnam, taking 3 more lives in the process. Affected areas were mostly located in central Vietnam, with winds reaching 130 kilometers per hour. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim stressed the importance of integrating AI into developing human capital and maintaining national competitiveness. He urged Malaysians to acquire new skills to keep up with rapidly developing technologies. And Premier of Sarawak said 10 billion ringgit investment for water overhaul is necessary, yet an easy task since Sarawak is now an attractive investment destination. More details coming up right here on Nightline. Sarawak Premier Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg unveils Sarawak Water, a new state-owned company merging 3 major water providers into one. State Utility and Telecommunication Minister Datuk Sri Julaihi Narawi says the merger brings the Kuching, Sibu and Laku water boards under a single entity, fully owned by the state through SFS Incorporated.
Pada 1 Ogos 2025, maka sampailah hajat kita untuk berdubuhkan secara rasminya Sarawak Water Sinar Berhad 1 Ogos 2025. Cadangan untuk menubuhkan entiti tunggal Sarawak Water adalah bertujuan untuk memperkukuhkan sistem pengurusan bekalan air yang lebih efektif di Sarawak. Sistem pengurusan bekalan air tersebut merangkumi struktur organisasi, pengurusan aset, kemampanan keuangan, serta yang penting juga ialah kepuasan para pengguna.
Julaihi stresses that even with the Kuching and Sibu water boards dissolved, operations in both areas continue as usual, and all staff have been offered positions under the new Sarawak Water. He assured that staff welfare remains a top priority, promising no one will face economic loss and everyone will have a place in the new organisation. The formation of Sarawak Water is a vital step to ensure reliable treated water supply for all Sarawakians, in line with the state's push to strengthen basic infrastructure. Sarawak's 10 billion ringgit water overhaul is currently being undertaken to ensure Sarawakians, be it those in urban or rural areas, will be able to have access to clean water by 2030. Premier Sarawak Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said this requires the construction of new water treatment plants, replacement of old pipes, developing a new water grid that connects all areas in the state, as well as a modernised high-tech method in water treatment and distribution.
10 bilion you, senang. 10 bilion, dia dah 6 tambah 1, 7. No, gue lagi at least 2 bilion, 9 bilion. Aho kata orang No lain lagi, 10 bilion. We are getting a lot of investments. We have to supply industrial water to investors that put up their plant here. We are very fortunate. We got 2. We have power, energy, and we have water. And with that of development taking place, the future is bright, and we will keep in current technology daripada sudut teknologi daripada perbekalan air.
He clearly states that Sarawak's goals by 2030 is to complete all fundamental developments, including water supply, electricity, coastal roads, and the Pan-Borneo Highway, which will serve as important foundations for a brighter future for the state.
Meanwhile, Affin Bank is making history with the launch of Malaysia's first Borneo credit card, an innovative step to boost financial growth and access in Sarawak and Sabah. The move marks a new era for East Malaysia's financial services, in line with Sarawak's push for more inclusive economic development.
At the same time is new Borneo card, launched here in East Malaysia, provides flexible financial solutions, rewards and promotion that serve the community while reinforcing AFIN's commitment to industry. Sarawak must place the trust in AFIN to safeguard the savings of our people, to finance the homes of our families, to back the ambitions of our businesses, and to serve the needs of our government.
Launching AFIN Bank's new regional office at the Hikmah Exchange today, Abang Johari said with the new Borneo credit card, AFIN isn't just expanding its footprint in Sarawak, it's helping shape the state's financial future. The launch comes as AFIN scores global recognition, an A3 rating from Moody's, and a spot on the Fortune 500 Southeast Asia list, clear signs of market confidence in the bank's growth.
During the same event, Abang Johari is welcoming a new partnership between AFIN Bank and the state's startup airline Air Borneo, a deal set to expand its flight networks across Southeast Asia. He says the cooperation will strengthen both digital finance and air travel connectivity in the region.
AFIN Bank, dia ada menggunakan produk kad dia bernama Borneo, kan? Jadi saya kata, jadi ini adalah satu kemudahan yang boleh digunakan untuk bekerjasama dengan Air Borneo, kerana Air Borneo akan mengembangkan sayapnya di negara ASEAN. Dan kalau ada kerjasama di antara Air Borneo dengan AFIN Bank, jadi makna dia beli tiket pun gunakanlah kad Borneo.
Abang Johari says the deal will do more than simplify air ticket purchases. It will help propel a digital lifestyle and spur economic growth across Sarawak and Borneo. He calls it a new chapter for banking and aviation, promising faster, easier, more user-friendly services for the people.
On to the next update. To ensure Malaysia remains resilient in facing global digital transformation, it is essential for its people to acquire new skills and technologies, especially those related to AI, which is central to human capital development and national competitiveness. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said AI and digital transformation serve as solutions to bridge the digital divide among Malaysians.
Kalau kita tidak lakukan 5G, AI, kita akan tertinggal landasan dan ke belakang. Anak-anak tidak akan mendapat ruang pekerjaan yang lebih baik. Pengangguran akan bertambah. Tahap kemiskinan tak dapat diselesaikan. Sebab itu, fokus kita dalam economic fundamentals ini penting. Ini sebab saya katakan AI dan transformasi digital harus juga menyelesaikan sebahagian dari masalah yang disebut digital divide atau kesenjangan di antara kelompok yang bernasib baik di bandar dengan kelompok di miskin bandar dan desa dan pedalaman.
However, he cautioned that past experiences showed the adoption of computers and new technologies did not necessarily guarantee higher productivity without efforts to improve workforce skills. Meanwhile, Anwar said the success of giant corporations in Malaysia will have no significant effect to the country if the economic baseline is not raised high enough to benefit the general public. Efforts such as providing training to the youth must be focused on enhancing their talent, skills, and intellect, particularly in exploring new disciplines and areas of thought. One of these initiatives, he said, is currently being undertaken by Celcom DG Berhad.
Inilah yang dimaksudkan dengan menaikkan siling dan lantai. Kalau tidak siling naik, lantai kekal. Upah sama seperti dulu. Bentuk latihan sama, tidak berubah. Keupayaan kita terbantut. Ya. Dan kita sibuk dengan hal-hal yang remeh. Soal kaum, soal kesempitan dalam agama, soal kebencian antara satu sama lain.
Anwar, who is also the finance minister, said that raising the economic baseline must be a core focus when undertaking any initiative due to how critical it is to address poverty, a major problem in Malaysian society. Now, the High Court today ordered the exhumation of a UTM Palapes cadet's grave in Semenyih. 22-year-old Shamsul Haris Shamsuddin passed away on July 28th while undergoing training at an Army Combat Training Centre in Johor and was laid to rest at the Kampong Rincing Ulu Muslim Cemetery in Hulu Langat a day after. The ruling came after his mother filed an application seeking a second postmortem and an inquest into her son's death.
In his ruling, Judicial Commissioner Dato Bhupinder Singh directed the Inspector General of Police or his officers to oversee the exhumation process. The court also ordered a forensic pathologist at Kuala Lumpur Hospital to perform a second autopsy on Shamsul Haris, and it must be done within 2 weeks of the exhumation. The forensic pathologist is ordered to file the autopsy report promptly and hand a copy directly to the family's lawyers at Naran Singh & Co. Meanwhile, Shamsul's mother, Umu Haiman B, expresses gratitude for the court's decision allowing her son's grave to be exhumed. She says this is her chance to finally learn the true cause of her son's death, calling for post-mortem results that are accurate, transparent, and conclusive, and an investigation that's thorough and impartial without protecting anyone.
Now, MACC arrested a government department director today on suspicions of misusing her position to recommend her husband's company to supply food and drinks for a program in 2017. The MACC source stated the woman in her 50s was arrested around 11 p.m. at the Penang MACC office after showing up to provide her statement. And based on preliminary investigations, the suspect is believed to have misused her position while serving as an officer in North Seberang Prai by recommending a company owned by her husband involving supplying food and drink worth about 4,000 ringgit. And Penang MACC Director Dato S. Karunati confirmed the arrest when contacted, adding that the case is being investigated under Section 23 of the MACC Act 2009 and will be charged on Thursday. Our top story in Vietnam, the death toll from Typhoon Kajiki has climbed to 3 as rescue crews are battling floodwaters, uprooted trees and downed power lines across the capital, Hanoi. The storm slammed into central Vietnam with winds topping 130 kilometers an hour, tearing roofs off thousands of homes and cutting power to more than 1 million people.
Authorities say 13 others are injured as Typhoon Kajiki continues to pound Vietnam. Officials are warning of flash floods and landslides across 8 provinces, with torrential rain still wreaking havoc. The flooding has cut off 27 mountain villages, forcing more than 44,000 people to evacuate as the storm moved in.
Cái cơn bão hôm qua là cơn bão rất khủng khiếp và nó phá hoại đi nhiều tài sản của nhân dân. Thì cơn bão hôm qua là cơn bão lớn nhất mà từ trước đến giờ tôi gặp. Nói chung là nó rất lớn. Lần đầu tiên được trông thấy và tôi rất sợ hãi trước khi cơn bão tới.
Không những lần trước thì không di tản. Nhưng lầnนี้thì bão to. Cơn bão này thì theo đài thông báo thì đường bão rất to. Nhưng chính quyền địa phương người ta vận động dân để đi tránh.
Có chứ, chỉ mong một lần mà bão nhanh tan để về đi làm ăn thì mình cũng có cái kinh tế của mình là cũng có tính đó. Với hai người là nói thật với em bão vô cùng rất nguy hiểm. Thứ nhất là tính mạng con người, thứ hai ví dụ máy hư hỏng hay là cái gì đó thì mình cũng có kinh tế để mà xây sửa rồi là vì tốc nó cũng khổ. Bởi vì mình cũng dẫn lao động dẫn đi làm thuê cũng có khả năng để mà nói thật về em cũng có khả năng về một vài triệu bạc để mà sửa mà.
More than 100 people have been killed or reported missing in natural disasters in Vietnam so far this year. And just last September, Typhoon Yagi devastated northern Vietnam and neighboring countries. Floods and landslides left over 700 dead and caused billions in economic damage.
That's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. I'm Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching. Good night. Assalamualaikum.